Wicker Park, Bucktown was hipster heaven.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, and singles and 20-somethings, and
you know, it's part of the old classic.
Isn't it?
It's very family, but you know, it kind of follows the old adage that where do you find the hot neighborhood? Well, where are the hookers hanging out? And you know, this might sound cruel, but you know, the gay community usually finds out, or the artists really get in there, and then the developers see that happening and they jump on the bandwagon. And really getting the commercial to come over is what solidifies it in a neighborhood. And I think that's what really happened here, was that there was a good building stock here already. It was kind of tired and depressed. It's a little bit different in Bucktown, where you've got the vaulted.
They were kind of crappy buildings, a lot of them.
Well, a lot of them were small, funky buildings, and they looked funny from the street because, you know, in the early 1900s, they raised the street to put the sewers in. Mm-hmm. So you have this small little single-family house, and then you've got the raised street, so you just kind of see the peak of the roof. Well, a lot of those properties have gone by the wrecking ball, and a lot of different mixed-use, nice single families, 2 to 4 or 6 unit condo buildings have gone up, and it's really given it a nice diversity of building type.
So what are people doing for schools over here?
What we did is, I've got a 5-year-old, she went to preschool at St. Mary's of the Angels School over on Hermitage. That's a progressive school that's really starting to come up. I've done a lot of fundraising for them and helping them, and we just found that we wanted the full church community, and now we're over at St. Josephat, which is a school that's really on the up and up. They're doing in this market, this crazy time of finances, they've already raised over $2.9 million for their campaign that they're going to build a huge school for. So within, I'd say a 2-mile radius of here, you've got Drummond, which is one of the, I hear it's harder to get into than Harvard. That's what it said in the Tribune. 7% of the kids get in because they pull from a big, large area. My older daughter goes to Lane Tech. You know, you find out all of these neighborhoods are very close, and especially where we're located, from getting on the highway to everything else. A lot of people, my older daughter, she went to Sacred Heart for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, all the way down in Rogers Park, and I just loved the school, so I committed to the drive. Crazy me. But
people drive there from the south side.
Yeah, people will drive there from all over the place. A lot of Evanston people there, and so I think it was a trend for many years that, kids got to be school age, we're going to the suburbs, and that really has changed. We have a neighborhood party here in the summertime where in the 2100 block of Churchill, I would say there must have been 800 kids at this party.
Whoa.
And they're all from the neighborhood. So it is really exciting to see that change.
Wow. And
yeah.
Are teenagers even?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Teenagers are scarce in a lot of city neighborhoods.
And that is true, but talking with my older daughter, we were trying to see if she wanted to go to Loyola or do something. We were thinking about even moving to Park Ridge for her, and she was totally uninterested. She said, "Dad, we grew up smarter in the city as far as I'm concerned. We've got street smarts. I love taking public transportation." She just named all the things that I love about the city that she loves about the city, so I'm glad to see that the youth of America is figuring it out, and we're not just all, doing the flight because of the schools in the suburbs, that the schools in the city have gotten so much better. I'll tell you this, for Chicago Public Schools, my daughter goes to Lane Tech, she's an honor roll student. I am so impressed with the way she is being educated.
Lane's always been a good school, hasn't it?
It was a good school, and now it's a great school, because they've got an honors program that just cannot be beat. My daughter wrote an essay describing why she should have a scholarships coach. She's an athlete, so she won the scholarship coach. So it's about a $5,000 value, but she's got her own website. They help her out with sending it to 200 different coaches, swimming coaches throughout the country. It's just very impressive. I mean, you've always heard so many negative connotations about Chicago Public Schools, and yet my experience is so positive that it's really exciting that Chicago Public Schools are doing so well.
It's exciting to hear that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Northside College Prep is one of the #1 schools in the state. Walter Payton is a #1 school in the state. I was shocked because I went to Highland Park, and we've always been told how great and smart we are. We were 29th, where Lane was 5th. And this isn't academics. Now granted, these public schools in the suburbs do have to take whoever's coming their way, where Lane Tech does not. You gotta have a B+ average to get in there.